7:36 on TSN 690. It's Weekend Game Plan with Matthew Ross. We're here until 9 o'clock. Still to come, 8:05 Habs breakfast segment. We'll be joined by Robin Short, who is a color analyst on the Ice Caps broadcast as well as the sports editor for the St. John's Telegram. We'll talk about the Habs prospects and a little Montreal Canadiens as well. We're talking some baseball here in this segment with a Montrealer and scout for the San Francisco Giants. He joins us fairly regularly. It is Ray Calari. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
How are you, Matthew?
I'm well, thanks. Lots of good baseball being played right now, Ray. A couple of interesting games yesterday. Jays are down 2-0 in their series. Meanwhile, Dodgers 8-4. They drop what was obviously a much closer game than the score indicates. Where do you want to start?
Well, I'll start with the Jays. I'm surprised that, and not taking away anything from the Cleveland pitchers, but speaking with some people, you can't strike out 25 times in 2 games and 13 times, in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, especially with your big boppers. And they're not even giving the defense a chance to play. They're just going, swinging through pitches and not taking nothing away from these guys. Because you see Tomlin yesterday, they brought in Shaw, Miller, Allen. These guys could pitch. Same thing day before, Clubber, Miller time, and Allen. They got a plan. So they got stoppers. They got guys who take out the bleeding, But with the Blue Jays bats, the way they play pitching, defense, and the 3-run home run, they're one pitch away from being back in the series. And not taking, like I said, not taking nothing away from the Cleveland pitching. They can pitch, and they're playing great baseball right now. At one point, going into yesterday, they had 20 scoreless home innings. So it's tough to score runs in Cleveland. So hopefully Toronto could go back and make it a series, or they just slide down and play dead.
Speaking of pitching, Andrew Miller has yet to allow a run in his entire postseason career. That's with Baltimore, the Yankees, and the Cleveland Indians. How are the Jays going to solve him?
You know what? Right now, the way he's pitching, the way he's carving him up with that slider and the upper mid-90 fastball, you got to flip a coin, I think. There's not much to say. The thing is that he's equally tough on righties as he is to lefties as he is to righties. He came in the first, game 1, and he faced 6 right-handers, struck out 5. Yesterday same thing. And they could say they're borderline pitchers, but when you're in the groove and you're pitching like that, you'll get the call. You'll get the calls. The umpires are going to give you the call, and he's just carving them up right now. It's almost, it was in the second inning of work yesterday. It was almost like they have no chance to hit him, and that's a telltale task with that hitting lineup, that they're almost like giving up. What do I do against this guy?
Ray, is Andrew Miller a different beast, a different animal than others? I'm not talking about just his ability, but more the mental side, because what we're seeing with Terry Francona is he'll use Andrew Miller in any situation, trying to get him in because he obviously considers him and Allen, their best couple of pitchers in the bullpen, bringing him in, let's say in the 5th inning or 6th inning, sometimes the 8th inning. Is this a rare thing for a reliever, or do you think we could see a trend more so in the regular season where teams in big games are going to start bringing in their best pitchers regardless of the inning?
See, I don't like that closer label on people. How about stoppers? Guys who come in and stop the bleeding. How about guys who come in and stop people from getting runs? And that's what Andrew Miller does. He's been with Baltimore, with the Yankees. He was in every closer role before Chapman got there.
Yeah.
And they gave it to Betances. Now here as setup guy, but I don't think. I just think he comes in and he just changes the dynamic of the game. It's unreal. He all of a sudden, Toronto a little bit of momentum. It's Miller time. I don't want to give props to a beer company, but that's what it is. It's Miller time.
Yeah, it's too bad he doesn't play for the Brewers, right?
Exactly. And he I'll tell you right now that's as dominant efforts as I've seen, and I'll give a shot to Madison Baumgartner just carving guys up. It's almost you you can't hit this guy.
Yeah, and in this generation, you're looking at very few who've pitched that many innings in the postseason and put up numbers like that. I think maybe Mariano Rivera's in that discussion as well. I know he gets a little bit of flack for the 04 season against the Red Sox in the postseason, but he's probably up there too in terms of postseason dominance.
Because you know what's coming. Same thing with Mariano. You know, with the fastball or cut fastball, and here you go, you got to hit it. You know, Andrew Miller's not hiding anything. He's coming from a weird arm angle, weird arm slot. He's coming at you at 6'7", was he about 6'7", 6'8", something like that?
Yep.
And he's just coming right at you. And from where the arm angle comes out, you'll see a guy tonight, Kershaw, same thing. From where these lefties are coming out, and their arm angle and their arm slot, and they're big 6'5" guys, it's tough to hit these guys. You know, and it's tough to hit the big leagues as it is, but against these elite guys, like I said, flip a coin.
In the National League, 8-4 win last night for the Cubs. They get a grand slam pinch hit home run in the eighth inning from Miguel Montero. Joe Madden really knows how to push buttons. Dave Roberts, though, has been no slouch in terms of managing in his first year with the Dodgers. Have you enjoyed this pitch? These two? Do you think these two managers are really going to push some interesting buttons the next few games there?
These guys are not afraid. These guys are not afraid to go to their bench. They know their bench as well. I think they. Especially, Joe Madden, I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised because he comes from the American League side where sometimes you can keep your starter in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But yesterday he went to Solar, pitcher for Lester, and that's exactly what the Dodgers wanted. But and then they come in and they face, I don't know if that guy's for real, but throwing 100 miles an hour every pitch, but they know what's coming there too. So but I think it's for the Dodgers, that they did get a hit, off him, and they tied up the game. Obviously, Joe Biden couldn't do the job. Hey, it happens. They're playing at home. The momentum's there for the Cubs. You know what I mean? And they're, it's a new hero every day. Baez stealing home plate yesterday. They got. If you know what I'm saying, everybody's contributing, and that's what Joe Madden wants, and that's what a lot of these guys are doing. It's not just one guy. Let's go to this guy. Everybody's contributing. The pitching staff. Lester's good. It'll be a good game tonight too with Kershaw and Hendricks.
What are you expecting from Kershaw tonight? He's gotten some flack for maybe not putting up the same type of numbers in the regular season as in the postseason. He did come through though in the deciding game in the last round, as you know, obviously. So, what do you expect from him tonight?
I expect nothing but good things, and reason being, he knows how to pitch, and I think in his mentality. He's along the lines of those Arrieta guys, Lester, Baumgartner, where he needs 1 or 2 runs. But when do the 1 or 2 runs come? If you don't get this guy early, I don't think you get him at all.
Yeah.
Same thing with those other guys. You don't get Lester early, the Arrietas, the Baumgartners, the elite guys. Let's put Clubber in that. Let's put the Cleveland Indians pitching staff in that mix too. You don't get these guys early, you're not getting these guys at all. So to me, if they can get a 1 or 2 nothing lead for Kershaw, it'll put I'm not saying panic button, but he's a different pitcher with the lead, and this guy's he's proven he's an elite guy. You see, he's got a minuscule ERA under 1.5 every year, and he's won the Cy Young a couple of times. He's legit, and he's the elite guy. So I expect nothing but good things for him tonight.
You're a San Francisco Giants guy. You can't be rooting for the Dodgers, right? You're probably rooting for the Cubs here.
I root for baseball in general. I'll give you a little tidbit.
Yeah.
We were in the mix to get Andrew Miller. So how many times do you think I cringe when this guy comes out of the bullpen? When this guy comes out of the bullpen and he's doing what he's doing, and I'm like, man, if he was with us, man, we'd be right there. You know what I mean? But it can't be greedy, I guess.
Yeah. You're running out of fingers to put World Series rings on, Ray.
You can never run out, brother.
There you go. Ray, thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of the action. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much, Matthew. It's always a pleasure.